And welcome back to the channel today, where we've got another Football Manager 2017 experiment for you. Now today we're going to be looking at a few experiments regarding around the English Football League. Now it's due to start tomorrow, so we're going to start off with the Championship. And what we're going to do today is we're going to go into the Football Manager 2017 database. We're going to simulate a season into the future, and we're going to come back and see basically what happens in the Championship, who gets promoted, who goes up via the playoffs, who gets relegated, what teams that were relegated from the Premiership finish where in the Championship. Obviously, we're using the updated database from Sort It Out, so I'll leave a link in the description down below to that. It's got all the updated transfers, managers, budgets, etc., etc. So let's get in and have a look at how that first season went. So then we're here at the scene of the end of the first season. Well, the only season that we're simulating, rather, and that is a win for Derby County, who Gary Rowett has led back into the Premier League with 89 points from 46 games. Middlesbrough go up via the second automatic promotion spots with 4-point advantage over Wolves, 5 points behind Derby County. And Aston Villa go up via the playoff spots courtesy of a 1-0 victory over local rivals Birmingham City, who remain in the Championship. Down in the relegation spots, Sheffield United are relegated back to League One. They came up obviously last season winning League One, and they are joined by Bolton and Burton Albion. Now I think that's pretty much the kind of experiment I'd expect, really, particularly towards the bottom end of the league. Burton Albion were quite poor last season. They got away with it late in the day. Bolton came up, as did Sheffield United. And obviously they're going to find it difficult this season in the better league that is the Championship. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into the awards, and we're going to have a look at who's won what award. So first of all, we're going to go into Manager of the Year, which was won by Gary Rowett, who obviously guided Derby County to that Championship success. He played 46 games. He's won 58% of those. Scoring 80 goals, conceding 49, earning himself 982 manager points. Now he's joined Chris Hughton, Eddie Howe, Nigel Pearson and Malky Mackay, amongst others, in winning that Manager of the Year award. Next up we're going to take a look at is the Player of the Year, which goes to Ryan Woods from Brentford. He's a 24-year-old central midfielder, and he joins a list which includes Andre Gray, Patrick Bramford, Danny Ings, Matej Vidra, Ricky Lambert and many more. Let's have a quick look at his profile, and we can see here that he's played 45 games in total for Brentford. He's now valued at £10.25 million and has developed into quite a decent player, actually, a player which would do a job for most Premier League teams. His technicals aren't fantastic, but there's nothing wrong at all with his mentals or physical stats, and he's helped his club get to the position they're in. He's got 12 goals this season, along with 12 assists, with 6 man of the matches for a 7.46 average rating in the Championship. You can't say better than that, really, at this kind of level, and he's been a very vital player for his team. It'd be interesting to see how he'd get on in the Premier League, actually, but obviously it's not going to be this year because they didn't get promoted. Now, the Players' Team of the Year is as follows: Alex Smithies in goal with a 7.05, Martin Olsen or Marcus Olsen at left back for a 7.28 rating, John Terry in the centre with a 7.39, with Michael Dawson 7.66. Right back Todd Kane from Derby County, 7.67 over 36 games. Left midfield Ivan Cavaliero for Wolverhampton. Played really well last season, getting a 7.0 rating for 13 goals. Conor Hurricane in the middle of the park, 7.28 rating for Aston Villa, 48 games played there. Ryan Woods, 7.46 for Brentford. We've obviously just looked at his profile. And down the right flank is Helder Costa. So Wolves have got 2 players in the team of the season, or the Players' Team of the season, that is, and they're both wide men. And it is Helder Costa who's got in there at a 7.2 rating, scoring 12 goals from 45 appearances, a good return. And the 2 strikers, first of which is Paddy Madden for Scunthorpe, scoring 22 goals throughout the season for a 6.99 rating for 44 appearances. And finally, it is Zach Clough for Nottingham Forest, 6.98, 15 goals in 36 games. He completes the Players' Team of the Year. There's obviously a few other players in there, the likes of Kieran Lee, Lamine Kone, etc. Johnny Howson, Manu, Lucas Jutkowicz. Let's have a look now at the top goal scorer, and that goes to Paddy Madden for Scunthorpe, who obviously were recently promoted to the Championship last season. So the fact that he's been able to be top scorer this season is a really good sign for Scunthorpe fans, and Paddy Madden completes the top scoring rat. He joins the list of Andre Gray, Daryl Murphy, Ross McCormack, Glenn Murray, Ricky Lambert, amongst others. Let's have a quick look now at Paddy Madden's stats. Now, there's nothing really jumps out there, but he does score quite a few goals. He's got 61 goals in 158 games for Scunthorpe, and 24 in 47 overall is a really good return, and he's obviously done a really good job for Scunthorpe in the Championship last season. Second place goes to Lucas Jutkowicz, who's obviously plays for Birmingham City. He's done well. He's played 47 games, scoring 22 in total, 20 in 44 in the Championship. Really good stats for that sort of level. He's now valued at 7.75 million and almost managed to fire Birmingham into the Premier League, but unfortunately were beaten by Aston Villa in the playoff final. And in third is Clayton Donaldson, another Birmingham City player who's got 20 goals in 48 appearances. So their front end strikers are really doing the business for them in this year's experiment. And I think that's going to be pretty much it. We'll have a quick look at the Young Player of the Year also, which goes to Josh Tyman, who is obviously at Stoke but has been loaned out to Cardiff in this save. He's played really well since arriving on loan. He's played 26 games with 3 assists, 8 man of the matches in amongst those 26 games in the Championship, a 7.28 rating. He's only 19 years of age and he's going to improve. He's valued at 8 million. He's going to be a first team player for Stoke, I think, in a non too distant future. And I think this season here of regular football at a very decent level will certainly aid his development somewhat. And let's have a look here. So he joins Lewis Cook, Dele Alli, Will Hughes, Tom Ince, Wilfred Zaha, Connor Wickham. A real high quality group of young players here, young English players as well at that. So it's good to see that Josh Tyman has got onto that list courtesy of his performances for Cardiff. So that really completes. Let's have a quick look at the league table overall. So we can see here that Aston Villa beat Birmingham 1-0 in the playoff final. Goal coming from Andre Green in the 3rd minute of play. A really good performance, a man of the match performance from John Terry, but it looks like Birmingham didn't really turn up for this game, particularly their defenders, who were very poor throughout. Neither side really turned up to any degree of level, but I think just on their day Aston Villa were the better side and they got the result. Let's have a look at this league table then. So in winning the Championship, Derby County have won, only losing 11 games in total, with a positive goal difference of plus 31. Middlesbrough lost 8 games, the least amount of games lost all season, with 8. Everyone else was in double figures. They conceded 51, so they were a bit leaky at the back. They scored 83, so they scored the most goals in the division, but it wasn't enough to get them top spot. But they are back in the Premier League. Wolverhampton Wanderers narrowly missed out on promotion along with Birmingham. Hull, who were relegated from the Premier League last season, did not manage to get promoted back at the first time of asking and will remain in the Championship for another season, as will Sunderland, who finished in 9th position under Simon Grayson. Let's have a quick look at the transfers and see basically what happened this season. We can see here, based on the fees paid, most expensive player purchased in this window was Rudy Gested, who went from Middlesbrough to Sunderland for 3.9 million. Sergei Canos from Brentford to LA Galaxy for 3.3, with the potential for that to rise to 4.1. Billy Jones has gone from Sunderland to Hull for 2.6. Tyrone Mings from Bournemouth to Hull to Wolves for 2.5. Now I think that's a good buy for Wolves. Tyrone Mings was very good on my Bournemouth save, which I did towards the start of this channel, and he was brilliant. I think I sold him to Man City in the end for 25 million. So that is a really good purchase for Wolves. I think he'll help propel them back into the Premier League probably next season. So then one final look at the Sky Bet Championship for 2017-2018 season. Derby County fans, you will be pleased to see that you are now back in the Premier League, as all Middlesbrough fans and Aston Villa fans. Steve Bruce has done a brilliant job at Aston Villa, along with the experience of John Terry, have got you back into the Premier League. Sheffield United, Bolton and Burton Albion are unfortunately relegated back to League One. Barnsley finished 1 place off the drop, rather, with 10 points. I mean, the bottom three really were the poorest in the division, and rightly so, were relegated. Scunthorpe did well in their first season back in the Championship, 53 points from 46 games. A really, really solid season for them. But I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. We're out of time for this one today. Let's have a look, and let's look forward to the Championship this season. It starts tomorrow. It's going to be interesting. Who's going to win it? Let me know in the comment section down below who you think, who's going to go down. Give me your predictions. Give me who your top 3 teams that are going to get promoted and the 3 teams that are going to get relegated. It'd be interesting to see just how accurate Football Manager can be in predicting this. Remember, last season we predicted game week 46 with the aid of Football Manager, and that came true. To the absolute letter, actually, with Newcastle getting it on the last day from Brighton and Blackburn going down. So let's see how successful it's going to be this time round. But I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. Drop a like on it down below. Every like helps. And also subscribe if you're new. And join me again for the next experiment.